Alright, what's up? I have this battle here versus KDUBZ, and it was a pretty epic match. Like, really, it was a nice match. He brings in Darmanitan, and I should have figured he was going to go for U-turn, which is why I should have gone straight for the Stone Edge just to get some damage off. I went for the Metal Burst though because had he gone for like Earthquake or something like that or Superpower, I could have come back with Metal Burst and bodied him, one shot, no question, regardless of the resistance, just because of the amount of damage that he would have done to me. But besides that, he brings in this Azumarill, and I bring my Porygon too. That's like the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm thinking he has Superpower, but instead he has Focus Punch. It does like I want to say like 60, somewhere between 60 and 65, maybe just 60%, which is a hefty amount on an Eviolite Porygon. He brings his own, and I go for the T-Bolt, and I get Paralysis, which is nice. So, and in the chat he told me I wasn't gonna like his Porygon, and I was like, oh, why is that? And he pops me with this Tri-Beam, whatever it is, and Tri-Attack, sorry, and I'm like, oh, okay, looking at the amount of damage, I'm like, okay, he has some special attack of investment. So I bring in Lighthouse because it's bulked out, max HP, max special D. You know how I do it, hard body. But he sees that it's not gonna fare too well. Trying to oh wow, he brings him back in. Sorry. Okay, he brings him back in. I go for the Charge Beam, and it doesn't do much yet, because I didn't really put much EVs in special attack, and I figured, well, let's stab, and my special attack is gonna have a 50% chance to boost. So I'm not too concerned about that. And then I have Charge to kind of help that out, which also benefits my special defense. So here I hit him with a Charge Beam, then I just body him with a Focus Blast. And then he brings in Darmanitan and goes for the EQ. I just decided to stay in because I was like, well, if he hits me with like a Flare Blitz, well, he has a 30% chance of being paralyzed. And he EQs, and despite being super effective, I live. But of course, that's because of the Cotton Guard, which is pretty awesome. Here I bring in Wings because I'm like, well, if he Flare Blitzes, I'm going to live and hopefully be able to do some damage. And actually, if you would have put me in like the red, I would have activated my Salad Berry, which would have gave me the revenge kill. But anywho, he brings in this Deoxys, this poked out thing. He says it didn't have any defensive EVs, which is quite believable. And I just getting some Claw Sharpens. He taunts, so I can't do that anymore. And I 3-hit KO with the Dragon Claw. I actually wish he would have gone for one more S-Toss, because then that would have activated my Salak, and again I would have been able to out speed this guy, this Darmanitan or whatnot. And he brings in this Heracross, and I bring in Lighthouse. I guess just for fun, I probably should have gone for Charge Room to get a little bit of damage in there, but for some reason I go for Cotton Guard. He's the Paralysis anyways, and I switch straight to Zim because I'm thinking, well, he's not going to go for another Mega Horn if I got this guy in here. And he goes for the Close Combat, as I expected, but then he brings Darmanitan in, so I'm like, I'm going to switch because I don't want to take a Flare Blitz to the dome. So he goes for that. Lighthouse is gone, but Lighthouse certainly put in work this battle. I bring in Porygon 2 knowing that Flare Blitz will not kill from that range, and I go straight for the recover. He does a good play, goes to Heracross. I get ballsy and stay in, and I'm guessing that he predicted like a switch because he didn't think I'd want to take a Guts Close Combat, but that's the benefit of being ballsy, so I took that thing out. He brings in his Raikou, and I knew it probably had sub, but I just went straight for the T-Wave. whatever, and I switched out. I go out to Sim just to taunt so he can't boost anymore, because that's, that could have been a potential sweep on his part. So he kills me off, but as long as he can't calm mine or set up any more subs, I'm good. So I bring in mine now. He can't T-bolt me, but I'm wary of HP grass and HP ice. That's an issue. And he has HP ice, and it does about half. It looks like a little over half. I don't know. I didn't really calculate there, but about half. And I go for the earth power, and I know it's not going to kill because he has like +2 now, I think. And I just lowered the special D, which is, I guess, sort of a plus. And he kills me off. I bring in titanium, and I miss a stone edge, and this really kind of changed the course of the battle, because had I hit that stone edge, I would have killed him off, and the leftovers would have put me at full HP, which would have reactivated my sturdy, and then I wouldn't have really had to worry about this Azumarill too much. And actually, I still made a pretty bad play, because I went for Metal Burst expecting like a waterfall or something, but he does a pretty good play. He subs up, knowing that he can one-shot me with the focus punch. So I pretty much lost that Aggron there, but it's all good. Aggron, he got a kill, so it's cool. And actually, I kind of borrowed the moveset from a friend of mine, and once he sees this, he'll know. He like bodied my Polytoad with it. But I bring this guy in, and he did a pretty smart play. He hit me with a waterfall, and the second turn he goes for a focus punch, because he knows that regardless I was going to outspeed, so if I slipped up in the recovery, he was going to go ahead and own that. But he brings in Darmanitan, and that's where the stealth rocks would have mattered, and he gets the KO. So 1-0, that's definitely a good battle, epic battle. So if you don't already know him, check him out, and I have some more battles later on in the future. So peace.